What's up, everybody? Chris Holly here with the Blockchain of Fame Claim Your Fame series. I got a really great one for you today. It is Rock Cats NFT with Tim, the person who is going to be doing this wonderful interview with me. And I'm really excited to have you here, Tim, because we have a lot to unpack. So how are you, Tim?
Chris, fantastic today. Thank you very much for making the time for me today and for the project. And I've been following your work for a while now, and I love what yourself and Blockchain of Fame do. So it's a great service. So well done.
Thank you very much for those kind words. And we're going to keep bringing these great interviews because there's such a plethora of wonderful projects that are, coming to the industry like yours. And when I look at yours, I mean, you're putting some things together that I think are really, really interesting because I know we are not in the minds of cats, but what is not to say that cats are not rocking out when we are, looking at them and being like, oh, how cute. And then they're just like, no, dude, stop it. I'm writing this death metal album and you're just ruining my vibe. I gotta go off into my litter box and think for a minute. So we have to discuss this because not only are the graphics amazing, great 3D rendering, like they're beautiful, but it's such a cool concept to me, and I'm sure to all the listeners and viewers, because when we look at this, it's an NFT with substance, right? It came and was birthed from something that has a history. And that history is this web comic that I'm going to highlight here. And you're just going to kind of take me through that. Then we'll talk about the album a little bit.
Yeah, sure. So Rock Cats NFT, which is a classic 3D art avatar project that was birthed from what you're looking at here, which is the Death Metal Cats webcomic. Our head artists, who have been in the gaming and animation industry for 20 years, had the concept for a heavy rock and roll band of traveling cats. And they had produced a webcomic called the Death Metal Cats over a year ago now, and this is what you're looking at here. When NFTs became popular, it was this concept that was morphed into what is now the Rock Cats NFT collection. And yes, our head artist, who is also an avid muso and likes a bit of heavy guitar, he not only produced the webcomic, but he also produced his own album for the Death Metal Cats. And quite ironically, before our NFT project even launched, our head artist, Dean Stoltman, and his partner, Caroline Jeffries, were already being approached to see if we could get the Death Metal Cats performing virtual rock concerts for them in that space. So they were a little bit ahead of the game, and had a great concept in that everyone loves music, and most people like cats as well.
Yeah, I would agree with both of those things. And the Blockchain of Fame does aim to bring people into our Hall of Fame and have musical performers. So, at our induction ceremonies. So what's not to say the Rock Cats can't perform, for our future induction ceremonies, because, who would want to see these crazy looking, cute, awesome rockers, doing their thing. And I'm, as you're speaking, I'm just pretty much reading along in my head. And one, I love the art, and two, it's really funny. And it's I think that's the goal, and it brings that lightheartedness to it. And I'm sure these cats are total badasses, but they got a good sense of humor to them, which is always nice as well.
You're absolutely right. The music aspect to it is what has really given the NFT project a second string to its bow. Not to
I like
quote a
that.
pun there. But the art that you're looking at here, which was the original webcomic, has transferred so well into high quality 4K definition 3D art. And what I can say about the Rock Cats NFT project is we track all of the 3D art projects that mint out,
Hmm.
and we look at the quality, and we look at how they're marketing and how they're building their communities, and we're really pleased with the quality of our art and the innovation that we're bringing to it compared to other projects which are minting out. So that's a little something that we feel proud about.
Yeah, that sounds very promising. And, when you look at this, I always joke with Mike and I'm like, man, we just need like 3D art with like a 20-second clip and we would have minted out by now. So that's my recommendation. Get like
Well,
one of
funny,
these things where they like rotate and it's like,
no, well,
oh my
we're
God.
beyond that. We're well beyond that. The
Okay.
actual the marketing material that will come out
Hmm.
shortly is absolutely got the rock concert animated
Nice.
stage
Ooh,
performances. It's the whole kit and caboodle, and
that's
that's really
awesome.
because we're very fortunate. We're fortunate in that our artist team, they've been in that world for such
Hmm.
a long time. They really are. I mean, they've Dean Stoltman, our head artist, he teaches 3D art
Wow.
classes.
Yeah.
He's doing a master's at the moment in um, children's TV animation in the metaverse. So
Wow, that's awesome.
that might give you a hint as to where things are heading. So yeah, there's a lot of meat on the bones in
Yeah.
regards to the where this project will end up.
Okay, I love that the comics there. It's on the website. All you got to do right here, right? We go, oh, this is our NFT website, and we'll put all of these in the description down below so people can go enjoy them. But it's deathmetalcats.com to enjoy the webcomic. And then let's talk briefly about the album, and then we'll do a quick on the team because I think like we discussed prior, the team has a lot of experience and they should be able to revel a little bit in all of their glory, and you want people to realize that this is a professional team that you've brought to this project, and they should know that because when they invest in this, they're investing in them, and the expertise is very, very obvious there. So tell me about the album a little bit. I mean, I don't know if people are listening with headphones, so I would want to play it, but I also don't want people to be at
It's
work and be like, whoa,
yeah,
know.
it's quite a heavy. It is
Yeah.
definitely a in theme with the Cats. It's a death
Hmm.
metal album, and
Hmm.
it was created to support the artwork in the
Yeah.
sense that Dean, the head artist, who is also a musician, has his own little home studio and and loves putting together this type of um, attribute. So has produced a themed album, which I've already had a number of our community members that love it have gone and actually tried to acquire it themselves, or we've helped them to do that.
Nice.
And 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 as we move forward with the project, I'll talk a little bit about the fact that there is a real aspect to our project, which is essentially trying to support and enable our musical community members to be successful with their music projects. So we go a long way to promote their original tunes, to get their Twitter followings.
Nice.
Um, up and running. We will be hosting original music on our website on their behalf, and looking to help our community members mint their songs and earn revenue from their original songs. So that's something that, yes, started in the webcomic phase with what Dean has done on the album, and it's translating into the community aspects of the project now.
Yeah, I think that is such a, excuse me, an understated thing at this point. It's no longer like you and I were discussing briefly, off camera, that it's not just about PFPs anymore. It's what you can do for people, what you can bring to your community. And there's already so much value in the beautiful art and, it becoming an avatar in the metaverse and concerts and, all these wonderful things. But taking people who have talent under your wing and maybe not having exposure and trying to help them with that is really very, very remarkable. So I like that, and I commend you and your team for doing that. But the real question, looking at these awesome song titles, is if I could only listen to one of these songs because my 2-year-old daughter is asleep right now, what am I listening to? Which one's your favorite?
The number one choice and one that's commented on is the first one. There's Sour Milk. So when you're in a
Okay.
quiet room and you've got your headphones on, I'd recommend you take a listen.
Okay, Sour Milk. You hear it here first. You got to listen to Sour Milk. Okay, so we touched on the webcomic. We touched on the Death Metal Cats album. And now let's jump quickly over to the other site. So these two things, again, will be in the description, but can be found on deathmetalcats.com. Now we talk more about the NFT aspect of your project, which is rockcatsnft.com. We're going to scroll briefly down to our team. Okay, nice sleek website. All right, so why don't you introduce Dean, Caroline, you just go through quick introduction.
Yeah, sure thing. So Dean and Caroline are the two lead artists. They're a couple in professional and personal life, have been in the industry for over 20 years. In both gaming, movies, and animation. Have worked on a number of major motion pictures, and Dean specifically teaches students and has put people into Peter Jackson's Weta Workshop environments. Wow. He's tutored those sorts of people. So the point being that they're very, very clear in their minds about the type of art that they want to produce. They're very particular with the quality and the cleanness that is on the market. They are, we're very fortunate to have a good working relationship. We're all based in New Zealand, in Auckland, New Zealand, and that's how our relationships have formed over the years. So it's just a good working, trusted relationship that has got what it takes to make a long-term franchise out of where we're heading. So yeah, Dean and Caroline are the thought leaders in regards to the concepts.
Nice.
Supported by Claudia, who graduated from 3D art design. It was over 6 years ago. Was also a student of Dean's in years gone by, and she focuses on accessories and clothing and some of the celebrity cats that we are producing. We've got a couple of celebrity cats that are in the collection. We're actively looking for other celebrities. I'm reaching out. That is a harder process than I anticipated, by the way.
I'm sure they don't want to give the shine completely to the cat, if they are celebrities themselves. They're like, oh, you're calling for me? Oh no, my cat. I don't know about this anymore. It's So
so what I mean by celebrity cat is that we're designing Rock Cats as the celebrity.
Oh yeah, that is a yes, I can see that. Okay, so I'm sorry, let me backtrack. The phone call is, hey, we love you because you're awesome at being a celebrity, and we want to turn you into cat. And then they're usually like yes or no.
Yeah, we want the AC/DC cat, and we want the Axl Rose cat, that type of thing.
Very nice.
The next person on the list is Chris, also known as Mai.
Okay.
He's our developer. Probably the most. We met Chris early on in our. You're about to say you know him.
Yeah. No, what's awesome is, first of all, I actually have spoken to him because we both have the same name. And before we launched, he was doing Blockchain Miners Club, and I was like, hey, I love your project. Let's induct you and all this stuff. And then, it just didn't get there. But he was a really sweet guy, nice guy. So that's why I was like, oh yeah, I was like, wait, name sounds familiar. Then when you said Chris, then I looked at the picture. I'm like, oh yeah. So that's right away. You're linked up with all these great people, and that's another one on the team.
He's one of the most respected and trusted developers in the space at the moment.
Mhm.
Really, because he's got high integrity on everything that he does. He's a well trusted member. I was in the blockchain miners NFT project when that minted last year. That's where I first met Mai. Mai's gone on to do a couple of other successful projects, and we were very fortunate that last year at the end, in October, November of 2021, we were discussing this idea with Mai and asked if he'd be willing to be involved. He was
Mhm.
very, very busy because he had 1,000 people wanting him to do their projects, but he made
Sure.
an emotional commitment to us and
Wow,
has
that's
just been
awesome.
a legend. Is a top guy, so we're really, really
That's
pleased.
amazing. Great stuff. Great stuff. Okay. And I mean, I
And then
feel
his
like one of these guys looks a little bit familiar, but I can't figure out which one.
This is Tony and Tim.
Uh,
So we're you might call us the community managers. We're really developing we're in the community building phase at the moment. Our Discord has been open for 3 weeks.
mhm.
It's a real 24/7 job,
Yeah.
as I'm starting to realize.
Uh-huh.
And I really appreciate, Tony has been a hugely active support and part of the team, helping to create an environment where people feel where they enjoy the Discord experience
Mhm.
and so forth. And that's the part that Tony and I are playing at the moment.
That's awesome. Are you newish to Discord, or you've been around the Discord for a while?
Both Tony and I were exposed to NFT life maybe 8 months ago.
Okay.
And so we've been participants in Discord life all of that time, but having to actually
Yeah.
establish it, get
Different
security set
beast,
up,
right?
get bots.
Different beast
Yeah.
completely. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Like I'm always like, oh, hey Mike, I gotta tweak the Discord. And he's like, why do you
Mm,
keep tweaking the Discord? I'm like, you just don't understand. It's not perfect yet. And it'll be like I have to move like a comma over one, one little
yeah.
space. And it's like, and then, it's just a crazy space. Like I love it, but being a 41-year-old guy myself now, like Discord was learning a new language to me, so that's why I had to ask and see if it was similar experience to you. But all right, believe it or not, the time is flying, so I don't want to shortchange the project whatsoever. So just a few, right now, do you have the mint date yet? Is it still coming soon?
So the we don't I don't believe that we're going to be in a position to mint any earlier than June,
Okay.
at least.
Okay.
And the reason I say that is that 10K collections they're becoming rarer these days.
Yep.
And you need to build a community
Yes, you
that
do.
is 100% on board with your vision and where you're going,
Yep.
and you need to include them in the roadmap. This is how I've been approaching it. Include them in the development of that roadmap so that they are getting the value and the benefit of each stage of the mint drops and the
Hmm.
airdrops and the future plans. So I mentioned that I think we've just hit 250, but I have to say that 250 people that have just joined in, they are we have got some amazing talent in that initial um, core group. They have all come from other projects, whether it's Fluff World or Creeps or
Hmm.
Blockchain Miners or Mythical World, or there's a variety of other. And they're all people that we have developed relationships with or been in other projects with, and they
Nice.
get their diamond hands that we can really help build a solid community with, because I definitely see all the discords out there that have 100,000 members and
Yeah.
50,000 members and so forth, and then on mint day, there's only been like 3,000 actual buyers. So we're aware that the numbers can be very um, that you've got to know your community and work with them, is the approach that we're taking.
Yeah. Yeah. I think there's like the 10% rule that applies. So to mint out, you'll probably need about 100,000 Discord members. I don't know if that rule still applies, but that's what they say. So, but the fact that you have such a wonderful team behind the project. The art is there, the process is there, the taking your time approach, providing value is there. That those are all very promising things. So we're on the Ethereum blockchain. June-ish is the launch. We have a 10,000 collection of ultra high quality renders, which, you know, just looking at the screen, you could see the like if I zoom in, like look at the just look at the hairs on the ears. Like you can tell that a lot of love went into these renders, right? Like
Well,
they speak
these
for
renders,
themselves.
a lot of the artwork that we put out in the for marketing is only the 1K,
Oh wow.
the
So it
1K.
gets
So when it gets up to
better.
the when it gets up to the 4K sort of scenarios, then
Yeah.
it's crystal clear. And we do
Wow.
that so that to minimize any rugging or
Mhm.
plagiarism side of things.
Sure.
Um,
Smart.
so yeah, that's the I can we're very proud of the fact that the work is clean, to
Yes. Quite
quote a
clean.
phrase.
Yeah, quite clean, quite clean. So it's going to get even 4 times better than 4 times clearer and crisper and cleaner than these current images, correct?
Correct. And
Okay.
the you'll notice that they've all got guitars. Look, a lot of the
Mhm,
people, our concept is quite simple.
mhm.
Um, we're not going down. We're not building roadmaps that are all around merchandise and P2E
Mhm,
games and
mhm,
the tokenism type economics. All of that
yeah.
will eventually be a part of it. But
Mhm,
the reality is that the Mint project will be one of the highest quality 3D art projects that Mint's this year. Well, the people, the community that we attract are people that love rock and roll and cats specifically,
mhm,
and
mhm.
the guitars. The amount of people that pick up on the guitars and just want to talk about guitars
Yeah.
and should send us photos of the guitars and so forth. That's a whole aspect of it. But the fact that we are there to support other people's our community's projects and their music, that's been an amazing experience. For example, the first Discord member that we had at Fuel for Fear walked through the door. He was a classic rock and roll 70s rock and roll band, original band that he had him and his mates had been in for many years, and he straight away offered up. I think it was 12 albums of their original music that we host in our Discord. I promote it on Twitter. Anyone that likes rock and roll, I will send them copies of that music to say, listen to this. This is fantastic. So
Mhm.
whatever we can do to support the community members, we're focused on trying to have great experiences together so that there is a commitment, and even the amount of photos that we share of each
Mhm,
other's pet cats
mhm.
that can kill quite a few hours in a night.
I love that. I love that. I mean, it's so super great. So yeah, and the attention to details there. It says you have about 300 with over 300 plus variations. That's really nice in the traits. Anything you want to touch on? I don't really just want to read from here.
Yeah,
So you want to
no,
just go
yeah,
to it?
I'll mention the fact that their full body 3D images is actually unique for this particular stage of the art game and NFT land. There's a lot. Then there's not a lot that are doing the full
Mhm.
body image. We are working on female cats right now, and the
Nice.
first female cat will be one of our celebrity cats that's part of the mix, and then that will absolutely contribute to the rarities piece, the over 300
Nice.
rarities. So we have had to do quite a bit of work on the guitars to make sure that we're not breaching any IP rules or that
Sure.
they look too similar to famous guitars. So there's
Mhm.
a lot of cartoonization and changing it, up to 30 to 50% in cases to make sure there's no issues on that front.
Smart. Yep.
Um, and we back on the promotion piece, we do a lot of TikToks and Instagram promotion just to because it's fun. It's easy to
Yeah.
put good music to a TikTok
Mhm.
and show off all the different types of cats, and we're slowly growing a following on that front
Nice. Nice.
as
Very
well.
nice.
I,
Okay.
I, I will say the last comment I'll make is that we are following what is becoming a norm now with avatar art, which is ensuring that the community members will have the commercial rights to use their particular NFT avatars for their benefits. They won't be able to necessarily use the brand, the Rock Cats brand, but they will be able to create, create their own merchandise with their particular NFTs, or utilize it for their benefits. That's an important aspect for us.
Yeah, no, that's all really great. And again, constant give backs, rewards for being loyal, minters and parts of the community. So, just quick recap: 10,000 collection, Ethereum blockchain, June-ish, and you said the mint price is roughly 0.09 to 0.1.
To 0.1, yeah.
Okay,
that's
sounds
where
good.
things are.
Very
And
fair. Yep.
There's a debate happening at the moment around whether or not after the whitelist sessions, whether or not we would go to a Dutch auction style.
Nice.
There's that's up for debate. And the other part that I'll mention is that although we're not doing the giving to charity and doing the merchandise launch and so forth, one thing that is important to us is looking for opportunities to reduce the carbon emissions and gas emissions side of it. So we're looking at opportunities to work in POS type environments and or with carbon offsetting. That will be our main eco-friendly flavor that we want, that's important to us as a group. We sort of talked that through, and that was where we wanted to put some attention.
Okay, I think that's really special as well. Here's some of the beautiful cats. Sorry, I'm not trying to speed past anything, but once you start, you can't stop. And lots of nice colors, like you said. The guitars look wonderful. I really do like the little shirts. I think those are kind of cool designs as well. And obviously the shades are cool. And do you want to touch on anything you like specifically about the art?
Well, what I'll just mention here is that yes, we're looking at one particular flavor of cat with shirts and glasses and assets. When you introduce the female cats and the different poses and the different facial expressions and also different instruments, then you're starting to get the variety that starts to kick in. And you can just see having the full band up on stage.
Yeah, I can see that,
and so forth. And so there's all sorts of, especially our first mint will be a 3D still image mint. It will be followed by an airdrop, where we airdrop every community member an NFT of the webcomic, but it won't be the full webcomic. It will have rarities to the webcomic, and it will be a portion of the webcomic to make it a tradable item that increases value to the holders. Then we will do the animated mints, which will be followed by an airdrop of the avatar. So the animated mints will happen, and they will have the airdrop piece as the fourth piece of value before we ever get to animated series in the web, in the metaverse, and the possibilities of where that could head.
Nice.
But you can imagine if you've got community members with their particular cats that they are taking on their own individual projects and getting and developing in the way they want to develop, we might be in a position where we have to pay them to use their cat to be in our concerts, or to be in the Rock Cat series and so forth.
I get that. Yeah, I get that, because in the blockchain of fame we do like custom mints, and then people are minting people and projects that we would want to put in, and we're like, oh crap, do we have to buy it back from you? Like, how does this work? Because it's like, well, now you own it. Can we borrow it? How's that going to work? Like, do you want to come up on stage? Do you want to like read the name off the envelope? How are we going to put that together? But I would say we're really flying through, because you're such a great guest and you have so much to say and such great content to present to everybody. Why don't we spend a little bit of time on the roadmap, because I don't want to gloss through anything, but so far really great stuff. Can you tell me just quickly about this? Is this clickable? I feel like I'm trying to click it, but I might not. Like, I have a touchpad, so sometimes when I click it, it doesn't you know?
If you go to the artist page at the top, I think it will
Mhm.
achieve the same
Oh, okay.
effect.
Okay. Ah, perfect.
Um,
Okay.
yeah. So this is just a bit more detail about
Into everybody. Okay, and the
the process
process.
that they go through. But if we keep scrolling down,
Sure.
um,
Ooh, I like
what
that.
this yeah, so the tools that the artists use are what you'd expect. They develop in Maya, they use a
Mhm.
little bit of Blender. There's some of the concept and experimental stuff has been done in Unreal Engine.
Mhm.
And we're having conversations with one of our community members now, Sean Penn Jr., who was
Mhm.
also from the original blockchain miners crowd. He has an educational Discord where
Mhm.
he is literally training people and getting them recognized with experience levels in certain disciplines. And
Okay.
we're having a discussion with them about potentially having our 3D artists educating his Discord members for people that want to learn 3D art, or
Nice.
have Dean and the team take them through that. So that image there, or the mesh model that you just saw, is part of the process of
This one?
building up
Yeah.
these.
Okay.
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
It's part of the process of building up the assets.
Okay,
Um,
beautiful. I mean, right
yeah,
here, I think so far out of all the cats I've seen, I really like this one right here with the
yeah.
pink
It
like that.
reminds me of David Bowie. Something about
Yeah, yeah,
the
I could
David
see
Bowie
that with the
look about
light.
it.
Yeah, and this guitar over here with the I don't know if it's like a cream and black, almost like a bumblebee look. That's looking pretty nice. Looking, that would be my combo. Not that we can pick it, right? But that would be my combo. All right, we talked about that.
This is
Echo
the
Tech, you want to
eco-friendly
touch?
piece.
Yeah, you want to. I know you touched on it,
Yeah.
but there's a beautiful
J- j-
picture, by the way. Like, do you want to touch anything else on the proof of
Um,
stake?
I'll just mention that, we're a New Zealand we're a New Zealand project. Where New Zealand's got a bit of a reputation for being the clean, green
Hmm.
environment, and this is just a reminder that we will be looking for any and all opportunities to contribute to green and economic outcomes. That's the message there.
Excellent. I like that. I like that. All right. So let's talk about the roadmap, and then we're going to basically, I'll leave it up to anything else you would like to discuss. Excuse me. Okay, so we're in quarter one, right? We're in progress on, the media
Yeah.
releases, and just talk me through it. Again, I'd rather you talk than me just read. So why don't we go through
Absolutely.
each point briefly?
Okay, so we're 3 weeks into the process. We're in the community building Discord promotion phase, which is it's been quite an interesting experience. It's been slower than I imagined in regards to the number of people that join daily
Hmm.
is 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 fantastic, and
Hmm.
we know that as that grows, it will exponentially grow. So we do a lot of Twitter promotion. We've got a number of accounts that retweet our tweets and
Nice.
build, but when we haven't paid for any marketing, so to speak, as yet,
Yeah.
mainly because I'm trying to feel my way through what good marketing looks like,
Yeah.
and what marketing is just is kind of not no point. So
Hmm.
the theory at the moment is that we're really investing in the community. Our community are the ones that are reaching out to trusted partners and inviting people that they really believe will see the long-term value, and
Hmm.
that process will continue maybe for another few weeks before we take it to maybe um, increasing the promotional aspects and so forth. That's what's happening on that front. Um, on the smart contract piece, Chris Mai is quite famous these days for producing these contracts that cost $1.50 or less to
Wow.
actually mint. Now,
Amazing.
I say, I think, well, I've certainly seen them coming in at like gas prices of $6 and $7. And so he spends a lot of time really optimizing his contracts for that front, and we leave him to it because he's very good at it, and we want the community to benefit. The first mint that I mentioned will be 3D stills,
Hmm.
and that will have the over 300 varieties to it, and it will be the community members' first foray into the Rock Cats game, and it will be rewarded with the airdrops, where everyone will get their particular portions of the webcomic and with the different rarities, and we see a path where that webcomic as it unfolds will unlock benefits and value to the community members. So that's important, that we want to make sure that we're contributing to their purchase from the get-go.
Sure.
Second mint will be the fully animated series. It may be Rock Cat related, and it may not be. We're not making a commitment on that, because the doors open as to what that collection could include, but we know that we wanted to make it animated, and we're also going to make some decisions around what type of music or original tunes may or may not be a part of that piece as well.
Okay.
And then we will airdrop the everyone's metaverse ready avatar, so that they're good to go. And the intention is that I'm actually building relationships with different metaverse communities at the moment, and we certainly see ourselves performing concerts in behalf of different communities, and buying land with different communities, and really setting our people up for success. I would just love for our community members to be building their brands and taking their music to another level, and creating their metaverse games, and having their metaverse merchandise. Whatever we can do to see that happen is the end game.
That is really, really very awesome. A lot of great giving back to your community and rewarding them for believing in your vision. I think, we've covered so much, but is there anything on either of the sites, or anything that we just need to discuss before we kind of wrap?
No, you've done a great service today. As always, you're a fantastic host.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I really love what you're doing with BOF, and we're pleased to be associated with it.
Thank you so much. I mean, like, at the end of the day, we love to highlight projects where the people are just special and do really special things, and have a lot going for them, because this is a beautiful concept. I can totally see this taking off, and just the thought and care that is going into it. You have a wonderful team of professionals who've they're experts in what they do, and when you have that's a recipe for success. And then when you put all that experience behind really great art, especially art that is very, very friendly to many people, and cats and rock and roll, I can't see how we're not rocking out starting June and going for a very, very long time into the future. And I can't wait to read the rest of that comic. I want to listen to my sour milk, as soon as we hang up on the call, and let you know what I think. But Tim, it's been really remarkable getting to know you better, and getting to know your project better. So any closing words for the audience?
Just keep an eye out for me on Twitter. It's Bruiser TC. If I've harassed you and sent you an invite, then feel free to jump into Discord, and we look forward to seeing everyone.
That is awesome. And like I said, as always, all the important details will be in the description. Please make sure you check out Rock Cats NFT. Go give them a follow. Check out their Instagram and their TikTok, and obviously their Twitter. Go on both sites and get a look for yourself, because I think you're going to like what you see. Any final rockish quotes or anything you got? You're going to hit us with any last puns or anything good to close out?
I'll just give you the traditional rock on.
Awesome. All right, Tim, thanks so much. Blockchain of Fame collaborating with another winner right here. We're calling it now. And Rock Cat NFT, good luck to you, and stay true to what you do. Thank you. All right, I'm gonna